Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Jordan with Bookishly Joe. Thank you so much for being here. I just wanted to come on today and do just a super quick reading update. I haven't been feeling 100% the last few days. I accidentally swallowed a chicken bone the night of the 1st, and in doing so, I ended up damaging my throat. So haven't been feeling up to talking the last couple days. Thankfully, everything's fine. I'm fine. I'm ready to move on. That was truly a traumatizing experience. I can't even highlight the importance of properly chewing your food before you swallow. So let that be the main message of today's story. No matter how small the bite, you chew before you swallow. Moving on. I have been kind of bouncing between 3 different books lately. I'm pulling up Libby right now to show you the progress that I've made. I am, oh my God, I thought I was 75% of the way done. I'm 71% done with Lights Out. I still somehow have 4 hours left to read this book. And it's just, it's kind of been a lot. I won't lie, the way that they died, that shit went down was actually kind of hilarious. And now I'm just wondering what is going to happen, because I feel like the big thing in the book has happened. So what do we have 25% left to talk about? I'm going to go grab my dog. He's losing his mind outside. We're back. Oh boy. We're going to have to cut out that shot of my living room. This is the cleanest part of my house right now. So anyway, I feel like most of the big stuff has already happened in Lights Out. I am on intimate scene number 2, and I'm kind of over it. Like, love the romance. Don't get me wrong. I'm a dark romance girly through and through. But I'm wondering when enough is enough with the intimate scenes, you know? So that's my only take that I have with Lights Out. I really love the dialogue between Josh and Allie. I think that is kind of like the all-encompassing, everybody agrees that their dialogue is fantastic. So I would recommend reading the book just for their dialogue alone. Like, Allie gets like real, she's kind of a very real protagonist, you know? She's got a lot of layers to her. Kind of just ready for the book to wrap itself up, but 71%, just like, what else is left? What else is left to go over? They've done the thing. The main problem of the book, I don't know. We'll see. I am going to continue reading it just because it is on audio, so I can kind of just like set it to ×2 and do dishes or whatnot. So moving on, I have got the second book to the Apothecaries, or second volume of the Apothecary Diaries. In this one, I am currently 78% done. Funny. 70% done in 2 books so far. And I'm really enjoying it. Mao Mao is hilarious. And I really enjoy how masochistic she is. That's all I'm going to say about that. Next up, Zodiac Academy. We are currently 218 pages in, almost halfway. And I like the world so far, surprisingly. Like, the world of the Fae, they're just, we all know that. And it really shines through in this book how big they are. I am going to have to blur out so many of those words. So yeah, the Fae are kind of, they're kind of loose buttholes. I won't lie. The Fae are loose buttholes, and we are figuring out that these girls were brought there against their will. You can't tell me they weren't brought there against their will. Okay, I will stand on that hill and I will die on it. But they're adapting quite quickly. I do like the concept of like modern magic. So like, you know, we got the cell phones and the social media. So I do like that concept. I actually like that a lot. And the only thing I kind of have a hard time differentiating is Tori and Darcy just kind of seem like they're the same person. You know, like one of them's kind of like scrappier and the other one's kind of friendlier. But that really is it. Like they really could just be the same person, and I wouldn't have known. And that's, I don't know. They could be written better. Like their characters could be more developed to give them more individualistic. It's okay. I would recommend this to a friend. I can't say that it's well written, and I can't say that it's thought-provoking. It just is what it is. So if you just want to kind of turn your brain off and have a silly, fun, goofy, good time, then check out Zodiac Academy: The Awakening. Some fun stuff happens in there. I do not enjoy the massive amounts of bullying. I personally was bullied in high school, so I feel a lot of empathy for the girls. I am not a proponent for bullying at all in any way, shape, or form. And so there are parts of it when they get bullied, and I just get like super sad. I get super sad for them because it just kind of draws up memories of my own bullying that I personally went through. Though not to the extent that these girls went through, obviously, but still, bullying is bullying. And it is very triggering if you have an issue with bullying. Do not pick up that book at all. Read the trigger warnings, protect your mental peace, move on to something else. On the flip side, I also have several volumes of the National Geographic that I need to get through. This one in particular is really interesting because it's baby pig, and there's an article about how a pig could save your life. There's also an article about protecting Morocco's vanishing oases. We're going with it. Beavers battling climate change and making fashion sustainable. Like, hello, National Geographic. I also don't know if anyone's noticed or has gotten a physical National Geographic in a minute. They have changed their bag. Usually, in the past when I would get Nat Geos, it would come in like this clear plastic bag or just like some sort of plastic bag in general. Now, it's like a paper bag. So it's biodegradable is really the ultimate message I'm trying to say now. So Nat Geo, standing on business with protecting the environment. I really hope that they're doing their part anyway. And then I don't know much, but I know that having non-plastic bags to protect the magazines is way better. And I will sometimes the bags are a little bit ripped or whatever. They're not quite as sturdy as the plastic, but that's fine. Like, as you can see, the volumes come through perfectly fine. And then I also have, these monkeys are so cool. Look at his nose. They're so funny. Mishaps and Misfits, Why Nature's Least Appreciated Creatures Are Practically Perfect. Tranquility in Transylvania. The City of 700 Languages. What? That's a lot. On the Move with Africa's Herders. So a lot of cool stuff going on in here, and I really need to just sit down and read it. I love looking at National Geographic photos. I think the photographers are just iconic, you know? Like, you have to be on your top game to be a National Geographic photographer. So super excited to read these. I will eventually get to them. I've just been busy, as you can see. So I'm going to wrap this up. I've been yapping for about 11 minutes now, and this is getting a little bit long. My plans now are to go outside, get a little bit of fresh air, and then I'm going to watch Anne Shirley, the anime version. Thank the Lord for Crunchyroll is all I'm going to say. I took a personal day today, and I have just been live, laugh, loving my life on Crunchyroll. You cannot take that application out of my hands. So I'm going to watch Anne Shirley, and I'm going to continue to crochet my shawl. I just started on the last ball of yarn last night, and I am giddy with excitement. Because, like, initially I thought that I didn't buy enough yarn, and now there's a part of me that's like, I'm almost wondering if I didn't buy enough. But I'll make do. It's getting so big, so cozy, so cute. I cannot wait to finish it and show you the final product. So I am going to stop yapping, and we are going to go hang outside for a little bit and get some fresh air. Thank you so much for hanging in there, and enjoy some of my B-roll. Hi, hello. Good afternoon. I'm just doing a quick check-in. I am sure if anyone was watching my last little speed read there, my flabbers are gasted at how these girls are being treated. And on one hand, I'm like, of course, they're being treated with absolute disrespect and absolutely no care for their personal well-being because they're fae. I get that. I get that the fae is like a really cruel place to be. It's not, the fae are just really cruel in general, and I get that. And this book is really slamming down the fact that fae are assholes. And obviously, you and I know that this is a book and it's fantasy. But the way that these girls are getting treated is actually upsetting. The rampant bullying is a little bit excessive. I'm not going to lie. I just read I am still reading chapter 9. And I am just blown away at how they'll just, like, it makes sense. They've been treated like shit their entire lives. Why would they expect to be any different? But these girls, I mean, to their credit, Tori and Darcy, they really pull themselves up by the bootstraps and just keep going on. I will give them all that credit. So, as much as I do love an enemies to lovers, here's my thoughts so far. I think Orion is a love interest, but I also think that the 4 heirs of the house are the 4 heirs are also love interests. So I'm interested to see who pairs up with whom, and I'm just getting some really off vibes about a lot of the men in this book. And the parts of it make me a little uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. And I've read some dark stuff before, but just the way that they treat these girls. It's pretty sad. So I'm going to continue reading. I am on page 182, making pretty decent progress. So I'm going to continue on. Dinner just finished, so I'm going to go load myself up a bowl of soup, and we're going to continue this saga and read for the rest of the night, hopefully. So, okay, bye. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Jordan with Bookishly Joe. I am so excited that you're here. Today we are going to be talking about my recent read, Zodiac Academy, Book 1, The Awakening. This book was surprisingly fun to read. I really needed a book where I can just kind of shut my brain off, brain rot, read, have a silly, fun, goofy, good time. And the Zodiac Academy delivered. Although I will say I was left wanting near the end. I felt like the end of the book wasn't really the end of the book. I mean, obviously there's so many series that go along with the Zodiac Academy, so I'm very much excited to go into volume 2. So I just guess I wanted to take some time and talk about some of my findings. This will absolutely include spoilers. So if you're not interested in spoilers, bye, Felicia. I'll see you in the next one. You are welcome to excuse yourself and enjoy the reading experience on your own. I'll wait. Okay, if you're here, you have either already read Zodiac Academy or you do not give a fuck about spoilers. So this story follows Tori and Darcy. In my opinion, these 2 women are the exact same person. I read this. For context, I physically read this book. Can we just appreciate the flop for like 2.5 seconds? Okay, done. These 2 women they're twins. Tori and Darcy Vega, and the first chapter starts off with Tori breaking into a house. You know, little harmless B&E, who hasn't in their day. But she ends up getting caught. chased down, ultimately saved from les police by stranger unknown. We will find him out later on. Stranger unknown eventually ends up finding her again, forcing her to take her to her crappy little apartment that she shares with her twin sister Darcy. And they are essentially coerced into going to the Zodiac Academy. Cheers. So they're coerced to going. They are coerced into going to school to claim their inheritance, which is such a vague term. Claiming your inheritance could be taking over the throne. It could be getting some money. It could be getting your power. It could be so many things in the Fae world, okay? So claiming your inheritance, extremely vague. So immediately I was already suspicious by that terminology, and I knew that it couldn't just be that easy. These girls spend 500 pages just getting mercilessly abused, mercilessly bullied, to the point of almost schmurder. I won't go into details on that, but schmurder almost happens. And that's never a good situation to be in, especially when you're essentially in a college-like environment. It's basically Hogwarts, okay? I'm just going to get real with you right now. Zodiac Academy is like if astrology, Harry Potter, and Avatar: The Last Airbender all had a baby. They just had this amalgamated baby, and it turned out to be Tori and Darcy, who are the avatars. They are the best and strongest that ever was or will be in this entire world, but they have yet to harness their untapped power, okay? So they're the strongest, the most powerful that's ever been or ever will be. Let's keep that in mind. And of course, when they go in for their initiation, inauguration, whatever, the hat sorting ceremony, if you will, they end up finding out that they have all of the elements, and they just get to choose which element they want to master, essentially. So this is an easy way for the authors to split the twins. Obviously, the twins would have stayed together had they had the opportunity, but they're forced apart. Forced apart because teachers are like, yeah, you can't choose the same house. Because God forbid there be two Slytherins. So the girls get separated. They go into their respective houses. One of them chooses water. One of them chooses fire. Can't really remember which one because Tori and Darcy are basically the same person. And I will stand on that hill and I will fight until my dying breath that it was extraordinarily difficult to figure out who you were reading about if you weren't paying attention to conversation contexts, paying attention to what color of hair the girls had, because Darcy had blue hair. Darcy had blue hair. And then Tori has a crippling fear of water. It's basically the only difference is that they're both badasses. Neither one of them takes any guff. They're fearless. One of them shoots water, one of them shoots fire. That's really the main difference there is hair color and different trauma. So these girls are just trying to get through school. They're just trying to get through the day. I get it. I've been there. I've been bullied. I understand. When I tell you that every single person in that school is out to get these bitches, I am not even kidding you. Everyone hates Tori and Darcy because their father was the previous ruler. So they're mercilessly, again, that is a word that I will use heavily in this video, mercilessly bullied by the four main heirs of the top dogs, if you will. And of course, they're the hottest men that were ever in existence or ever will be. And they're all just really hot guys. Really hot. So the girls go through their little experience. They end up getting warned by this person called the Falling Star. And I'll be honest, I was predicting a certain person to be the Falling Star and was actually underwhelmed when I found out who the Falling Star was. And I'm hoping this is a situation where it's like, oh, I'll read more into the series and then I'll find out more and it'll be more of like a pearl clutching moment. But when I found out, I was like, oh, you mean that one person that literally had a single goddamn scene in this book? Are you kidding me? That's who it is? I was actually upset. So yeah, so this book was surprisingly delightful. It was delicious. I really enjoyed the vibes. I enjoyed the ambiance. Some of the things that I actually could not handle mostly was Geraldine. Dude, Geraldine just ruffled my feathers. Everything about that girl was just so annoying. She was very much like a Pollyanna kind of girl, which after the treatment that the girls had through the entire book, I was real skeptical. Real friggin' skeptical about Geraldine, about Sophie, about, I want to say Diego. But yeah, there was a few characters that really just annoyed me, mainly because of how they talked. And then you get to the end of the book and there's not really any closure. It's just kind of like a trauma dump. Like the last 100 pages is just like pure trauma. And it sucks. And it makes me, there's more that's going to happen in the books. And this is the first time that I've ever been like, I could jump into book 2 after reading book 1. I'm not normally that girl. I'm like a sit and simmer kind of girly, like I still haven't finished Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I've read the first and the second. Cruel Prince, Wicked King. I read those 2 and I still have to read Queen of Nothing. And I haven't finished that like months ago. So that goes to show you how much I do not jump from series to series. I like to spread it out. I like to have a palate cleanser. Ironically, I am going to be having a palate cleanser. I am going to be reading The Night and the Moth. And I am actually going to go get the book right now because I need to show you how pretty it is. I will be right back. Hold, please. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. I'm so excited. I got this at Target. I got it on sale, which is quite literally the only reason that I got this, because I was straight up not going to pay $30 for this book. I was just going to get it from Libby. But I'm a filthy liar because, excuse me, it's pink. That's pink. You really can't tell with my lighting right now, but it is a soft golden pink, like a pinky gold, if you will. And then you open the cover. I just can't right now. I'm so excited. It's pink. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me right now? This is so goddamn cool. Oh my God, fucking God. Oh my God. And then we look at the cover. So cool. So, love the rose gold. That's the word I was looking for. Rose gold. So, I actually cannot wait. I cannot wait to get into this. I am so excited. I love that it's not like a tome, It's 364 pages. Did not spoil myself. 364 pages. So that'll be kind of a nice little palette cleanser. And then after I finish this, I probably will go back to Zodiac Academy and kind of continue on that journey, because it's going to be never ending, just based off of how tome-like those books are. Like 1,000 pages. 1,000 pages a book. That is crazy. That's like Kingdom of Ash. For so many books. Are you kidding me? But I'm also here for it. So I can't wait. I'm so excited. I didn't think the writing was spectacular in this book. If you ask me if it was well written, I would say no, it's not. There's a lot of grammatical errors. There's a lot of spelling errors, which one would think going through a major publishing. This is published, right? One would think that it would be caught in editing. Nonetheless, if it was traditionally published or not. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to tell. Or experienced. Yeah, it was traditionally published. Okay, it's officially determined. I just don't know who. It's the one with the little squid. But yeah, you would think that there, like, some of the spelling mistakes or, like, some of the turns of phrases that happened in that book. Hold on. Let me go get my phone real quick. I gotta go over some. I took pictures. I took screenshots so that I could justify myself. I'll be right back. One moment. It's literally in my pocket. Okay. So, some of the things that bugged me. They're for the almighty sovereign society. Aren't they just the gnats' pajamas? Aren't they just the gnats' pajamas? Let that sink in for 2.5 seconds, okay? Are you annoyed? Because I sure am. What's the worst thing that could happen in a library anyway? Tell that to the guy who was killed by Colonel Mustard with the candlestick. Okay. Holy jammy Dodgers on a diamond-encrusted plate, your Madge. Geraldine! I interrupted her before she could dip her head to me. Holy jammy Dodgers on a diamond-encrusted plate. If that's not giving Pollyanna, I don't know what else is. Geraldine just rubbed me the wrong way. I know that people in my Discord that I'm part of were like, oh, she's the best. She's the ride or die. And I'm like, I don't know if I would want to ride with her, bro. She better get better. She's weird. But also, let's be honest, some of the weirdest people are also the coolest people. So we're going to give Geraldine that grace and just assume that she doesn't know how to talk to other people at all, period, end of story. So yeah, some of the stuff that happens when they go out to town, when they have a couple drinks, when they start booping and grinding up against some people that they shouldn't, I was there for it. I was eating that shit up with a spoon. With a spoon, my guy. I cannot tell you, like, read this with your brain turned off, if that's at all possible. For some people, it's not. I had a hard time turning it off, but once I did turn my brain off, I was like, oh, this is a fun time. So, again, we will continue. God, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what else comes out of Geraldine's mouth. At this point, I'm just reading it to see what the fuck Geraldine says, you know? Because that's the thing. Anyway, moral of the story. It's badly written, but it's a fun time. And it's floppy. 12 out of 10 recommend reading it. As we know, I don't do stars. I really try not to do star ratings because they are so subjective and it's not helpful to anyone because my 4 could be someone else's 2. I don't know. I'm going to say I really enjoyed this and I absolutely will be embossing it and keeping it in my library. That's what I'm going to say about that. And I will be reading this again. So if you enjoyed it, let me know. Leave a little Aries symbol if you made it this far. Thank you so much for watching. And I am very much looking forward to giving you a status update on the Knight and the Moth. I cannot wait. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe. Drink your water. And don't take life too serious. 'Cause it's not that serious. Bye.